from Mint Hill is in federal custody, accused of planning a terrorist attack for New Year's Eve.
His goal, according to authorities, to kill nearly 24 people in the community.
Today, federal agents unveiled all of this during a news conference. Local, state, and federal agents from North Carolina all the way to New York worked to stop this man.
We broke into programming this morning to bring you this story. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. First at 4, I'm Kim Anderson.
And I'm Siobhan Bryan. The FBI says the suspect was planning this attack since he was 14 years old. Now, there's a lot to get to with the story, and we're on your side with live team coverage. WBTV's Katie Soltz is live outside the federal courthouse. Daryl Green is in West Charlotte. We'll start with Katie.
So, what's up? Welcome to the video. This is Justin Paul. This story, I seen this story the other day, and 18-year-old thought he was talking to someone affiliated with ISIS, was radicalized, with ISIS propaganda. They're saying, he first came in contact at 14, but they didn't, approach it or bring him in because he was seeking mental help, and because he was, going through a mental episode, and now 3-4 years later, he was plotting doing an attack either in Mint Hill, they're saying in Mint Hill, around New Year's Eve, but luckily, man, federal authorities were still on him, and tracking his social media activity and tracking his internet activity, and was able to stop this. So according to authorities, he came in contact with 2 different individuals who he thought was ISIS, but it was actually undercover agents, and we'll just let the story play out.
What do we know about this alleged attack plan?
U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson says Sturdivant was planning on attacking a fast food restaurant and grocery store in Mint Hill on New Year's Eve. He says Sturdivant had pledged allegiance to ISIS and wanted to do as much damage as possible with this attack. The FBI today says that Sturdivant has been on their radar since 2022, when he was just 14 years old. They say 4 years ago, Sturdivant connected with an ISIS member in Europe and was going to kill his neighbor with a hammer and knife. This was outlined in court documents just unsealed this morning. Those documents say Sturdivant's grandfather stopped that attack, and he fell off the radar of the feds because Sturdivant was allegedly seeking mental health treatment and was off social media. But in December, the FBI says Sturdivant connected to 2 undercover agents that he believed to be ISIS to coordinate his attack in Mint Hill. The DOJ says Sturdivant had been planning this attack for more than a year and was in the process of trying to get firearms. They say when agents searched the home, they found a manifesto called, quote, the New Year's Attack 2026. Court documents say agents also found 2 hammers and 2 butcher knives hidden under Sturdivant's bed. U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson says this was a coordinated and calculated attack that thankfully was stopped before anyone was hurt.
About when he was going to carry out this attack, which was New Year's Eve, a time when American life is on full display, right? We're all out there in crowds celebrating all that has happened this year, all that is to come, that we are so proud of, and that is when he planned his attack to attack that American way of life. He was preparing for jihad, and innocent people were going to die, and we're very, very fortunate they did not.
You're definitely fortunate that didn't happen. That would have been, real tragic, man. Because it's gonna be innocent people trying to grocery shop and stuff like that. We have to take this type of stuff serious, because, these kids are, on these video games. They're, in chats and all over the internet. They see stuff, they're interested in stuff. They'll never even inform you as like parents and stuff like that, and you just never know what these kids are into. And I mean, he's a 18-year-old, consider them really a grown man as far as, United States standards and stuff like that. But since 14, he was just looking up this stuff, getting involved in this stuff, and it just seems like it really just got the best of him. And I mean, look, man, they said he was going to kill his neighbor, but his grandfather actually thwarted that plan. But, he had this hammer, 2 knives. I mean, he was getting ready to do some damage to some people, and I'm just glad this plot was thwarted. It's been a few plots, man. There was a like a group of like 4 or 5 that I had did a video on. They had a plot to do some bombings at some companies out in LA or in California, and that was thwarted. So, I'm glad that our intelligence agencies, our federal agencies are on top of stuff like this, and, making sure that, they catch these people before they actually, get into action. And, as they were showing, pictures, he had a manifesto here, and things to have, it says a vest, mask, tactical gloves, glasses, 2 knives, vital spots is the stomach or the neck area. So I mean, this is this is like he's carefully planning this. Total number of victims, inshallah, 20 plus 021. It says what it says is um Marty Fronta attacked police once they arrive. Um Things to train, knife handling, running with vest on nonstop. I mean, this isn't the stuff that normal people are sitting there, doing. Not at all. Not at all. Not one bit. It's been a whole lot that's been going on too. I mean, and it's just crazy that you know, and they've even said that they've had kids young as 12 get radicalized and into this type of stuff. But it just lets you know the reach that ISIS can have on people. And they definitely use the internet as one of their tools to promote and to gain followers and get people to follow you know their propaganda and what they're trying to spew out here. And it's nothing but just getting people to do their bidding, to come over here and just to harm Americans and stuff like that. So, hey, you want to talk to your kids, just a lot of people like to just not say stuff to people about stuff, and just let their kids be kids. But you never know what your kids are looking at and the type of stuff they're saying online. Which that's why when I was doing a video on how Australia is banning social media for kids, at a certain age, I'm for it, because and the internet is just a pool of everything, and you never know, one video can lead to this, one conversation with somebody can lead to that, and then it's just a spiral out of control. And it may not just be them harming some random people, it may be them bringing harm to people that was within their own home that's close to them. But just want to do this reaction to this news clip here, of course, to bring awareness. And this is something that's definitely went viral. But you got people in America, and it's all colors, all races of people too. So we just have to definitely talk more, stay vigilant, and really monitor what our teams are doing. And this is an older team too, so you kind of get to a point where you really don't want to monitor them, but you still can talk to them. They're not old enough to where they can't be talked to. But I'm gonna go ahead and close out. I don't have all the answers, but that's just things that just come to my head of things I would do to or attempt to do with someone in this age range. Just at least try to talk to them and try to see where they at mentally. Try to see why they feel like this is the right way to go. And just let them know that if you're looking up this type of stuff and you're going to their websites and stuff like that, you got to know that you're going to be on federal agents radar, because that's their job. They spend all day looking at the activity, trying to see who's coming to these websites. They know the websites. They've done the research. They are in the know. And if you mess around and get yourself involved in this, you got to believe that their eyes are going to be on you as well. So go ahead and close out. If you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is Justin Paul. Peace.